Merry Christmas, everyone. It's a time of joy, gifts, and generosity. Though, man, this year's making it hard to remember that. Anyway, you know why we're here. Time for Batman Last Halloween, Issue 3. Though, let's recap what happened last time. Previously on Batman The Last Halloween, it was Thanksgiving. Oh wait, no, Thanksgiving Eve, because apparently Loeb thinks that's a thing. The Penguin was shot by mysterious assassins dressed up as Scarecrow, and Batman was cornered by the FBI agents. Though, and this is my bad, I neglected to bring up how it did show how he was planning to escape. How'd that go? Well, let's dive into Batman The Last Halloween, Issue 3, and find out. Warning, spoilers. So this issue opens with the Riddler on Christmas Eve shopping for puzzles. Because during Christmas, you get gifts for the ones you care about, and good old Riddler only thinks of himself. But that all changes when the assassins come. Though, unlike the previous times they showed up, where they were dressing up in outfits that associate with Batman villains, they're all wearing Batman masks. Riddler says that he promises not to say anything, and they assure that he won't. They shoot the Riddler, but luckily paramedics are able to come in and stabilize him. Gordon wants to talk to him, but Edwards and Sullivan show up and demand that they send him to Arkham. Gordon at least wants to have a conversation with Nigma, but they make it very clear that they don't want him anywhere near Nigma. The paramedics take him, but Batman hijacks the ambulance and painlessly knocks out the guards with a gas he developed. Him and Robin interrogate Nigma, but all he does is speak in riddles. But these riddles aren't really important. What's important is what Nigma is blinking. As turns out, he's blinking in Morse code. Well, he did say he wasn't going to tell them anything. Never said anything about blinking. Bruce has what he wants and tells Dick that he needs to go to Arkham, though only as a guard. He should not go inside whatsoever. So of course he goes inside. He tries to talk to Calendar Man again, hoping to get some information, but Catwoman steps in and tells him to get out. The two have an argument where he makes it very clear that he doesn't trust Selina and vows that he will find out what she's up to. Meanwhile, we find out what exactly Riddler said in his Morse code, that being the location of Gilda Dent. When he enters the house, he finds Gilda frightened and at first believing Batman was Mario, and reveals that on Halloween, the attackers didn't just shoot Harvey, but took him away and said that Gilda wouldn't get him back unless he took care of Jim Gordon's son. Now, luckily, in this case, take care didn't mean take care. She was just meant to watch over the kid. So when Batman finds Jim Gordon Jr., he's safe and he is brought back to his parents. And of course, since Gilda mentioned Mario, suspect number 1, and goes to talk to him. And when he gets there, at first it goes pretty smoothly, only for Mario to reveal that he knew Batman was coming. The two fight, Mario gets the upper hand and shoots Batman, and yes, using the same 22 the Holiday Killer and the shooters have been using. Talking about how Batman is a fool for ever trusting the Dents. He feels like he's gone easy on them because of what Harvey Dent used to be. Now the Dents have pretty much ruined his family's life. Well, to be fair, they did a lot of messed up things. And how he did want to redeem them and make the family name as revered as the Waynes, and how he is the good son, with the issue ending with him putting the gun to Batman's head. Well, ain't that a cheer way to end your Christmas? This was a solid issue, but also pretty damn rushed. I really don't want to, but I have to compare this to Long Halloween's issue 3, where it didn't just successfully capture the tone of the holiday, but gave us enough time to get to know our characters. Sure, we do get some moments like Robin's confrontation with Catwoman and Mario at the end, but most of the time, yeah, it just kind of feels like we're speed running this one. Maybe it'll make more sense when the series is complete, but I don't know, it didn't really feel like we were able to breathe with this one. Like, again, it has some cool and solid moments, like Riddler's interrogation and Batman's confrontation with Gilda, but I didn't feel as earned as it should. When it comes to characters, well, unfortunately, I don't really have much to say, since, yeah, I feel like I'd be retreading a lot, especially with this issue, since with Batman here, most of his internal monologue is just explaining how he's going to do something, how important it is to talk to Riddler, and recapping us on the whole thing with Harvey Dent and Gilda, which at first I didn't mind, since you could argue that it was to help recap people who may not have read Long Halloween in a while, or just started with the series. But here, it's really starting to feel like it's padding. Gordon's got a lot more calmer than before, though still as frustrated when it comes to the FBI. Riddler doesn't really get to do much, though maybe it's for the best. I really don't care for how Loeb writes Riddler. And Selina and Calendar Man were really only in this issue for that one moment in Arkham. The only thing I can really talk about when it comes to characters is Mario's little monologue, since it does help give an idea of whether or not Mario is truly the mastermind. As I mentioned before, Loeb has kind of broken this out of the main DC continuity, so with Mario, his character can go anywhere. And how he talks to Batman leaves it up up in the air of whether or not he really is the mastermind, which I kind of doubt, he seems too obvious by this point, or possibly just another pawn, and this is all part of some greater scheme. This issue, the art was done by Mark Charlio, who some may know for his work on Wolverine, but to me, I remember him best for Batman Houdini. Seriously, go check out that book, it is freaking awesome. For here, his art is fine. Like the previous artists, he's trying to capture Tim Sale's, but this one's actually pretty hard since their art style is very night and day. He does a good job when it comes to drawing some characters in Tim Sale's style, like Gordon and Catwoman, but then we have characters like Robin, where on some angles his head just looks weird, like it's like pasted on. Besides that, how he works with shadows is still pretty solid in here, and his more photorealistic style of drawing faces is still prevalent and pretty creepy, though might be unintentional when it comes to James Gordon Jr., though maybe not given what we know about this kid, but again, continuity and all that, so I'm not sure if this is going to be foreshadowing anything. Anyway, Batman the Last Halloween issue 3 is fine, not as good as the last 2 issues, but it's readable, though I am now worried that it's going to start becoming more predictable given how some of the characters were acting this issue. But who knows, maybe the next issue, which I'm going to guess is New Year's, might surprise me. Anyway, Merry Christmas everyone, and I'll see you either for the next issue, or if they decide to skip New Year's, do my usual top 5 videos next. Either way, I gotta get going, because I got Krampus's Christmas party, my family's Christmas party, and then I'm gonna be celebrating Hanukkah with my mom's side of the family. So, later. Merry Christmas. Biz, what is this? Look, we really couldn't afford a tree this year, and plus I wasn't really able to train the cats not to jump on it, and just be happy I got you something.